So, most gardeners waste months composting materials they could have used directly in their soil from day one. The assumption that composting must happen in a pile before it benefits the garden is one of the biggest delays in soil improvement. While compost has its place, waiting for full decomposition before applying organic matter often slows down progress, especially in struggling soil. Meanwhile, weeds take over, moisture disappears, and the soil remains compacted and lifeless. The real issue is not the lack of compost, it's the lack of structure and protection in the soil itself. Bare soil loses water rapidly, bakes under direct sun, and forms a crust that prevents air and roots from penetrating. Even when nutrients are added, they don't stay where they're needed. The system fails because the soil environment is unstable, not because it lacks inputs. One of the fastest ways to stabilize soil and rebuild it in place is by using plain cardboard as a foundational layer. This is where plain brown corrugated cardboard sheets become an essential material. It's linked in the description below. This product is available on Amazon, and this content uses Amazon affiliate links, meaning a small commission may be earned from qualifying purchases at no extra cost. Any commission earned helps support a dog rescue organization that helps abandoned dogs continue receiving care. The key here is using uncoated, ink-free cardboard so that it breaks down cleanly and safely within the soil. This technique works by layering cardboard directly over the soil surface to act as both a weed barrier and a biological trigger. Instead of removing weeds or tilling the soil, the cardboard is laid flat across the bed, overlapping edges by at least 5 to 10 centimeters to prevent light from reaching the soil below. This immediately stops weed growth while creating a dark, moist environment underneath. Before placing the cardboard, the soil should be watered thoroughly. Moisture is critical because it activates microbial activity and speeds up decomposition. Once the cardboard is laid down, it should also be soaked to ensure it conforms to the surface and begins breaking down quickly. Dry cardboard resists decomposition, while moist cardboard becomes a perfect food source for fungi and microbes. On top of the cardboard, a layer of organic material is added. This can include compost, grass clippings, shredded leaves, or, a mix of all three. A thickness of at least 5 to 10 centimeters works best. This top layer serves as both protection and a nutrient source, feeding the microbial life that begins breaking down the cardboard from below. What makes this method so effective is how it mimics natural processes. In a forest, organic matter falls onto the ground, covers the soil, and decomposes in place. There is no separation between composting and growing. Everything happens together. Cardboard acts as a temporary stand-in for that natural layer, accelerating the process in a controlled way. Within weeks, visible changes begin to occur. The cardboard softens, fungi begin colonizing the layers, and earthworms move in to feed on the decomposing material. This is where the transformation becomes noticeable. Soil that was once compacted starts to loosen, moisture levels stabilize, and the structure improves without any digging or turning. One of the biggest advantages of this method is, honestly, weed suppression. By blocking light completely, cardboard prevents most weed seeds from germinating. Existing weeds just die off beneath the layer and over time break down into organic matter, adding to the soil instead of competing with your crops. This pretty much eliminates the need for constant weeding, which, let's face it, is one of the most time-consuming tasks in gardening. Water retention also improves significantly. The cardboard layer slows evaporation, while the organic material on top holds moisture in place. This creates a buffer against both drought and overwatering. Plants growing in this system experience more consistent moisture levels, which leads to stronger root development and more stable growth. Planting into this system is, honestly, quite straightforward. Small holes can be cut directly into the cardboard where plants are needed. Seedlings can be inserted through these openings, allowing roots to grow downward as the cardboard continues to decompose. For direct seeding, a thin layer of compost or soil can be added on top to create a suitable surface for germination. Over time, the cardboard fully breaks down and becomes part of the soil. What remains is a darker, richer, more structured growing medium. This process typically takes a few months, depending on moisture levels and temperature. In warmer, consistently moist conditions, decomposition happens faster. This method also reduces the need for traditional composting systems. Instead of managing piles, turning materials, and waiting for decomposition, organic matter is applied directly where it is needed. This saves time and simplifies the process, especially for larger gardens. There are a few important considerations to ensure success. Glossy or heavily printed cardboard should be avoided, as it may contain coatings or inks that do not break down cleanly. Thick layers should always be kept moist, especially in dry climates. If the surface dries out, decomposition slows and the benefits are reduced. Repeated layering can be used to build soil over time. Each season, a new layer of cardboard and organic material can be added, gradually increasing soil depth and fertility. This is particularly useful for improving poor or depleted ground where traditional methods take longer to show results. The presence of cardboard also creates ideal conditions for earthworms. As it breaks down, it becomes a food source, attracting worms that further improve soil structure through their movement and castings. This ties directly into building a living soil system rather than just adding nutrients. This approach works in a wide range of environments. It is especially effective in areas with heavy clay soil, where compaction is a major issue. By creating a layered system, the soil is gradually loosened without the need for mechanical intervention. Sandy soils also benefit, as the added organic matter improves water retention and nutrient holding capacity. Over time, the need for external inputs decreases. Soil becomes more self-sustaining as organic matter cycles naturally and biological activity increases. This reduces reliance on fertilizers and constant amendments, making the garden easier to manage. For serious growers looking to improve soil quickly and effectively, this method offers a practical alternative to traditional composting. It addresses multiple problems at once: weed control, moisture retention, and soil structure, without adding complexity. Subscribe for more practical, results-driven methods that focus on building real soil health instead of chasing quick fixes. Share this with anyone struggling with poor soil or constant weed pressure. Strong gardens are built from the ground up, and simple materials like cardboard can play a much bigger role than most expect when used correctly.